Hi, everybody. It's me again. I think that everything's working now. It was so weird. I had taken a phone call while I had this set up and it disabled my mic. So hopefully everybody can hear me now on it and we'll try this again. So if you can hear me, please like say hi and everything, but I'm pretty sure that you can because I see that it is. So sorry about that. So again, welcome. Um, what I was saying that you couldn't hear me was that, it's just, I appreciate that everybody's understanding with allowing me to push our get together here to Thursday night because my niece from California, she's in the area now. She's going to be here for an extended period, about 4 or 6 weeks. And I'm so excited that she's here. She's in her 30s, but with COVID and some other travel things, that it's just been a forever since we've been able to get together. So last night was the first night that she was in town and available, and I wanted to definitely see her so much. So, okay. So, again, as you're coming on, say hi and let me know that everything's going well. Okay, we are going to be focusing on Z folds the month of May. Just like in April, we did our easel cards. Um, in May, we're going to explore all sorts of different Z folds and Z fold layouts. And I think that if you're like me, what happens is sometimes I have done a fold before or done a layout, and then, might be several months or even years before I kind of circle back to it. And plus, it always looks fresh with the new products, and different papers, different themes, different occasions for it. So that's what we're going to be doing here tonight. Is we're going to be looking at this double Z fold card. Beep, here we go. And we're going to use the paper and items from He's the Man suite of products. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the phone or the camera to just the one view here. And we'll get started making this double Z fold. I'm using the designer paper that's from the He's the Man suite of products here. And really, besides extra cardstock, I'm just using everything that you see here in the designer paper pack. What is kind of unique and different about this one versus other ones that we've done before is the fact that two of the sheets, so typically there's 12 sheets of paper in here, and two of the 12 are not sticker sheets, but they're embellishment sheets that you can just pop out and utilize. And so that's what I've done for our cards here tonight. I did want to kind of give you a little tip about these. So once they come out, they pop out really easily on this. And so you might want to grab like a little cello bag or something to kind of hold them in so that they don't go, so that you don't lose any of them that you have. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started with our Z fold card here tonight. Go ahead and put this paper out of the road for now. All right, whoops, let me get my grid paper up here. What we're going to start with, I'll get all of my goodies here. For the card base, we're going to need two components for the card base. One is a standard card base. This is, well, like one of the, when I say the vertical layouts that we do for card base, where it's 4¼ by 11. And ahead of time, I have gone ahead and scored it at 2 3/4 and 5½ After the video, I will go ahead and get the measurements on here, just like we did on most of the other videos. I always put the measurements and the items used. I've got this one a little scored weird. I think it'll work okay. All right, so that's 4¼ by 11. Then for the double Z fold layout, what we need is another piece of Sahara sand. This is cut at 2 3/4 by 10, and it too is scored at 2 3/4 and 5.5. But for this one, what we're going to do is I turned it so that this is the 4.5 section here. We are going to fold that so it looks like this. So we're going to have the 4.5 section here, and then we'll have two 2 3/4 sections down at the bottom. So we'll go ahead and get nice crisp edges on everything. All right, and just so that you can see where we're going with this ahead of time, this is the layout. Okay, so I hope if you guys can just say hi, I'd appreciate it if someone would say hi here. Let's see. And go from there. Okay. All right. So from this point, it's putting some layers on, and I'll have all of these measurements up here and at the end. So you can write them down if you want, but I'll have them posted here on the link. The cardstock for the card base is the layering piece is 2 5/8, or I'm sorry, yeah, 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. And then also we're going to use a matting piece of 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So let's get some multi-purpose glue and we'll get that down. Hi, Marge. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me now. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. I know that was weird. I had taken a phone call while I had this set up, and one of this camera view that you're on right now is my phone, and it messed up the mic evidently by having a phone call, and I didn't know that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have answered it. All right, so we got that, and then this is the designer paper from He's the Man. And we'll go ahead and we'll get that layered. And this is 4 by 2.5 for the front panel. And you can mix and match the designer paper from within the pack. I've just used the same sheet for both front and back. I liked that color combination. And then this piece here is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I am going to go ahead and do the same kind of matting here for our the inside part of the Z fold. This piece of cardstock in Early Espresso is, let me make sure I have the measurements right. It is 2 5/8 by 4 3/8. I'll go ahead and get that down. This card goes together fast. And then this designer paper, and this time I'm going to use the opposite side of it and have like what will be, I'll call it like the barbecue side up. And this is 2.5 by 4.5. Yes, that is right. Just making sure. And I don't think it really matters. All of these images, they kind of go up and down and sideways and whatnot. And then both of these square pieces here, these are overall, it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And so I have a matting layer of 2 3/8 by 2 3/8, or 5/8, excuse me. And we'll put that down. And then we've got a 2.5 by 2.5 piece of our He's the Man designer paper. All right. So now it's putting our Z folds down, and I'm going to get this burnish. The more that, you get those edges nice and crisp, the better I think it is. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it one more time. There's several ways that you can put these down. What I found I like to do is take our back piece. This is the one that I put the designer paper on. And it's turned here towards me for just a second. I'm going to stage it of where I want it to go. And I think that looks pretty good. And then, you know, so wherever you want that, I try to center it and put that down, and maybe I'd get it. It's a little crooked. There we go. Liquid glue gives us just a little play. So we have the bottom piece down now. Now I open up the flap, and I'm going to put adhesive on, this is the back side, on the right side of it, and then come here along the edge of the front and put some glue on it as well. Got some on the inside. And then close it up. And then that's made our double Z fold. So just by itself, that card base is a Z fold. And by putting another smaller Z fold there, that's what makes it a double. And then it's just a matter of decorating it. So I made it real, I don't want to say easy on myself, but I'm taking advantage of this paper and the elements that are in it. And I use the elements for this one that says Best Dad Award. You're flipping awesome. So this will be for Dad for Father's Day. It could be for his birthday or whatever too. But I don't need another card that says Dad on it. So I thought I would make one for hubby, make one for Jeff. And so with that designer paper, I die cut out this banner. This is from the Stylish Shapes dies. So it's the largest banner. And if you look really closely, you can see that it does have a little stitched edging on it. And I'm going to get our dimensionals. My fingers are super sticky. And I'm going to go ahead and put 3 dimensionals on here. And this one's going to go right in the center. So now that this is attached, you have all of this real estate here if you'd like to put your main front embellishment on it. And then I'm going to use the My Man. There's this little cute little banner, as well as this, you know, the one that says My Man on it. I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. And I'm just going to put dimensionals on all of these. It'll just be popped up like crazy. And if you want to stick around for just a little bit, when I'm done putting the last of these touches on, I'll show you another card that I made with the same layout, but with different paper. And let's see, one more dimensional in the back of this. And so this way, you know, I can give this one to Jeff for Father's Day. Or maybe just because I want to tell him that he's my main squeeze. And so then it says, holy smokes, you're the best on this one. And so no stamping, just using the designer paper and the embellishment, the punch out embellishments that you can use for that. So I just wanted to kind of show how easy that You're the Man paper is to play with. And then I did have from the Tea Time Suite, I thought I'd go ahead and share with you another card here that I made. This one does not have the extra matting layer on it. So this would just be the designer paper that you could use. So again, you don't have to have the matting layer if you don't want it to be. And here, this is one of those things that I had shared with you when we were going through the annual catalog review. And the flowers and the teacups and all of those things are from the Tea Time bundle on it. And let's see, or the Cup of Tea bundle. And then, and even the little flowers are part of that die set. And then I used the new glossy dots assorted and use that for the center of the flowers. And I thought this was really cute because it says like, it's time for tea. Let's get together soon, because, you know, tea kind of indicates that like, let's get together and get caught up, or maybe gossip a little bit and just see what's going on with each other. So that's an idea that you can use for, you know, for it as well. Okay, everybody, again, I appreciate you understanding that I needed to bump out our weekly Facebook Live today. And I hope you enjoyed the double Z fold cards and that maybe you give it a try. All right, everybody, have a great Thursday and enjoy your weekend. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.